Welcome to Trina's Motivation, and in today's video I'm going to share with you how I made this creamy cheesy Alfredo pasta. This one was sumptuous and it was quite quick, never take too long. So if you're in a hurry, need something to do, this is the dish for you. Let's go. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to get my chicken breast. I'm using breast, but it's not a must that you use breast. You could actually use chicken thighs or leg and just debone it. Now, you can actually get your chicken breast deboned in the supermarket, but I actually had these because, to be honest, it's actually cheaper when you get the ones with the bone. And guys, listen, you can take the bones off and use that to make some nice chicken soup. So that's exactly what I will be doing. I'm going to take off the bone, and of course I'm going to try to leave a little bit of meat on the bone. I'm going to throw this into some soup. I think I want to make some pumpkin soup with this one. Then once you have deboned it, what you want to do is get rid of the skin and the fat and all of that. I already washed my chicken breast already, and then I'm going to make them into some thin slices. So it depends on the cuts that you want. You could actually make them in cubes, you can actually make them in strips. Just make sure they are bite-sized pieces. So I'm getting rid of all the little fat and stuff that's on it. So I continue to slice them and making sure they are nice and thin, and they are in bite-sized pieces as we go along. So I'm actually using 3 chicken breasts and they are nice size, right? So this is gonna be enough for dinner today and some leftovers for tomorrow. Maybe not for everybody tomorrow, but definitely there will be leftover. All right, so just do what you're comfortable in doing, and a little does go a far way. So now we are finished. This is what it's looking like. Notice how they are small, and once you cook them, you know they are going to shrink even further. I'm going to transfer that into the bowl. Then I'm going to go in and add my spices. Really don't have much spices. I don't generally use a whole lot, and a little bit running out too. But of course, turn it on and make fashion. Just use what you have. You could just use salt and black pepper. That's good enough, to be honest. So don't go and break the bank. You can have nice meals without breaking the bank. So just use your favorite chicken seasoning and you're going to season. I went in with a little salt to taste as well, a little tip of black pepper. I seldom cook with black pepper, to be honest. I don't know what got into me today, but I seldom cook with black pepper. This is not, I understand it's not really good for you, so I don't really use it. I also go in with a little bit of oil as well to allow the seasoning to really soak into it, and I'm not going to wait too long to cook this. All right, so I'm going to use my hand and I'm going to just massage everything together. Look at that, it's all good. And remember, once you do that, you are to taste. Always taste. I don't cook and taste my pot. I make sure my meat is well seasoned, my pot is seasoned once I start cooking. So there I'm actually tasting, and it actually tastes all right. So I'm actually telling you, since you're not able to see my face, but I was actually tasting it. Put your pot on, and when it comes to a boil, then you'll add your pasta. So I'm going in with some salt to taste, also going with a little bit of oil, and the reason I'm using oil is to avoid my pasta from sticking together. That helps. Let me know what works for you. This is the pasta. This is actually a big bag. I won't be using all of this. I'll use about half of it, because a little goes a far way. I guarantee you a little goes a far way. So be mindful of that as well. Once then, I'm going to allow it to cook. While that is cooking, I'm going to go ahead with my chicken breast. So I'm going to allow it to cook. So you're going to add it to the pot. Not a lot of oil, just use a small amount. And if it is a whole lot that each of it's not able to reach to the bottom of the pan, then do it in 2 go. All right, mine wasn't a whole lot, so I was able to do it at 1 go. Go ahead and allow it to cook. Go back to your pasta. If you notice, I also have some spaghetti in. My son don't like pasta, he will eat the spaghetti. So for me, I just cook the 2 in 1. So if you notice, you see some spaghetti. So each time I'm going to cook pasta, I have to cook spaghetti because he doesn't want it. Alright, so I just cook everything in 1, and then whatever protein I'm using, I just make a different protein for him, a different pot for him. While that is being drained, I'm gonna go in and I'm going to dice my onion and also my garlic. Why I dice them? So that persons can eat it and don't even know, because many of us don't love the taste of the onion and the garlic, but it actually gives your food a ton of flavor. There are some people I know, they go through with a lot of onion and garlic. Some people love it. I don't particularly love it, so I prefer to do it this way. When I do it this way, then I don't have to see it, I'll just eat it. Isn't my chicken looking lovely? It's all done. Look at the color, beautiful. Transferring all of that into a container and a nice plate. I'm going to set it aside while I now saute my vegetable in the same oil. You're not going to add, there's no need to add anything additional, right? So I'm going to go in with my garlic first for after about 2 minutes or so. Then I'll go in with my onions and just continue to stir them, because you don't want it to burn. Because if it's burnt, then when you do your pasta, you're going to see those little black things, and your presentation not going to look too good. So make sure you consistently stir them so that they just get nice and soft and give you that sumptuous flavor. We're going to go in with some green onions, or in Jamaica we call it scallion. So I noticed the Americans or Canadians or other people call it green onions, but we call it scallion. I'm also going with some bell pepper. I only have green. I like to go in with lots of colors. So you have the red, the yellow, the orange. Go right ahead, knock yourself out. So I'm going to also go in with them and let them in some small size as well. So this is how I like it. Allow it to cook quicker. And let me tell you, for me, the green bell pepper, they have tons of flavor. I think the others is just for coloring, but the green ones, might I tell you, they are my absolute favorite. But the thing about it is quite expensive, so I'm thinking of trying to grow my own. Yeah. Next thing I'm gonna go in with some Alfredo sauce. Now guys, if you're a Jamaican, then know what we're going to do next, right? So we're going to get some water in that bottle. We're going to shake him up, and then we're going to pour it into the sauce. Remember, it's a creamy sauce we're looking for. So I'm going to allow this to continue to boil just a little bit, and then I'm actually going to go in with some chicken broth. So I'm adding some chicken broth. I actually decided I'm going to do a chicken broth recipe for you, so you can actually make your own chicken broth. You could actually even the same chicken bone, the bone that we were going to use to make soup, you could actually use it to make your chicken broth and then add it, or you could buy it at the supermarket. It depends if you want to save or you want to make your own. Going with your spices, you could use the same things that you used to season your chicken earlier, just season to taste. Again, you could just go with black pepper and salt and you're good. And for added cheesiness, yeah, we're going to go in with some cheese. This is actually optional, but because I have it, I just go and use it. But I won't go and spend a lot of money, and I don't want it to go to waste. So I'm trying to find different recipe to add my cheese, so I can utilize what I have. So that's what you got to do. Sometimes go into your fridge, see what you have long time, and see what is it I can actually use. So I decided to add cheese to this. I didn't have to, so I'm going to go in with half of it. You could actually buy the one that's already grated, but can I tell you a secret? It's cheaper to buy this one and then you grate it yourself. I know some of us love the ready done, but I prefer doing it myself and get it a little cheaper. Always taste your pot. So this is what I'm doing. I taste it and then I allow it to come to a boil just a little bit, like all the combination, all the cheesiness, everything coming together nicely. All right, you notice how my pasta is just rolling in, they're not sticking so much together because I added the oil. So that was the reason I add oil. I don't know what is it that you'll generally use. Then we're gonna go in with our chicken, mix everything together. Whew, I can't wait to dive into this one, right? To be honest, I'm not necessarily a lover of pasta, but I hope you really enjoy this one. This is a great time to give the video a thumbs up if you're this far in the video. I'm going to add the last half of the cheese, just to allow the cheesiness to be in this menu. And that's it. I hope you did enjoy it, and if you do, you know exactly what to do. Go ahead, hit the thumbs up button, and if this is your first time, I want to say welcome. And if you enjoyed the video, you can consider subscribing. And to my returning viewers, I want to tell you thank you so much for continuing the journey with me. And we're going to share up a plate, and we're going to enjoy. Go ahead, watch this next video that YouTube thinks you will enjoy. Until the next one, see you then. Bye.